what keeps us from prayer, is what keeps us from intimacy, which what keeps us from devotion, is that we think we have all the resources we need to accomplish the day well. And to some degree we do, right? We have cars, we have calendars, we have money, we have friends, we have food, we have all of that. But even the fact you got it is because God reigns on the just and the unjust. And so even to not say thank you, at the very least, God, thank you. That you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It says something about your own heart. But I also think we haven't even tapped into the degree to which we can bear more fruit if we laid aside our sufficiency to be filled with God's sufficiency. And what I mean is, like, we can accomplish a lot in the flesh. You really can't. And by flesh, I don't even mean in sin, like the sin, like the humanity. You could do so much in your humanity.
Yeah.
But like when you look at the disciples and God told them, hey, these people are hungry, go feed them. He gave them the task to go feed them. And all they really had, though, was 5 loaves and a couple fish. That was the sufficiency that they brought to the table, was we got some fish and we got some loaves, but we actually don't have enough to do everything that you called us to do. What does Jesus say? Jesus says, bring it to me. They bring their sufficiency to God and he multiplies the bread. And I think that is what is being threatened when we don't get with God, is that our resources aren't even capable of giving us the multiplicity needed to do all that God has called us to do.
I often thought, that's really good. I often thought about that, about how gracious God is, because we're human beings, we're spiritual beings, right? And because of that, like even us being used, you said how you mentioned in the flesh, like he created us human anyway. So even what we do in the flesh is a testament to him.
Yeah, all of it.
All of it,
yeah.
Right? But he tells us to depend on his spirit.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he still allows us to even make it, because if I made people and I'm like, okay, y'all don't want to, operate in my spirit.
Yeah. No,
y'all don't need to be here.
That
you know what I'm saying?
The
but
Lord
God is
used
gracious.
that text to like humble me a couple months ago, because I don't know if I said this on our podcast yet. Maybe I did. You can tell me if I did. But I had to do this interview at TBN a couple months ago, and I felt dry.
Yeah.
Did I say this online yet?
No, I don't think so.
I felt like, usually when I go into spaces where I have to do ministry, I know how it feels when the Lord is with me. It feels a certain way. There's like a freedom of speech. There's a clarity. There's a precision. There's like God is bringing ideas to my mind to articulate.
Yeah.
And I didn't have none of that. And I prayed.
Yeah.
God used me to do all the things. But I just felt so dry. And I was like, what is this? But I also felt a little joyless in it. And I said, God, I don't think I'm abiding. And I said, I don't think I'm abiding because what the scripture that came to my mind is when Jesus says, if you abide in me, you will bear much fruit.
Yeah.
And so even my inability to be as fruitful as what I know I can be was a signal that I haven't really been abiding with the Lord.
Yeah.
And I had went in the closet and I got on my face and I felt the Lord speak to my heart and was like, you are not sufficient for these things.
Yeah.
Like what I've called you to do, you cannot do if you do not abide in me.
Yeah, because the scripture goes on to say, without abiding in me, you can do nothing.
You can do nothing.
And it doesn't mean you can't do nothing at all. It means you can do nothing good. Like there's nothing good that flows from us when we're not abiding in the one who is the source of all goodness.